Watching too many fitness influencers as a beginner in the gym is killing your gains, and here's why. Let's face it, there's an endless supply of gym content online. From workout routines to nutrition advice, science-based lifters are dropping knowledge bombs every day. You have the big ones like Athlean X, Jeff Nippard, More Plates, More Dates, and Sean Nulawinage, I think that's how you pronounce his name. And you just have this influx of a bunch of fitness influencers who are just giving you how to do this and how to do that and do all these autistic, weird-ass movements with your body and all these weird exercises where you sit on the ground up with your belly and do some variation of cable rows. It's just fucking weird, you know. It complicates your gym routine to the point where it's impractical, and it makes it much harder to start in the gym because it's just driving your mind from one place to another, and it's not letting it stay in one place and get consistent with one gym routine with a set group of exercises. Now, I know Arnold Schwarzenegger once said that you have to shock the muscle in order for it to grow, but you don't shock it that much to the point where you're flipping exercises every week. There's a limit to it. It's not like you're just flip-flopping between all these weird exercises and all these weird variations of basic movements. While you're busy absorbing all this information, you might be missing out on actual training. I know it sounds harsh, but if you're spending more time watching YouTube than hitting the weights, you're likely stuck in what's called analysis paralysis. You're not alone. Many beginners fall into this trap, and they stay in it until they just keep on hitting the gym for like a year or 2 or 3 and make no progress at all. Because think about it, every time you watch another video, you're getting a new piece of advice. Should you try this routine? Focus on form, adjust your macros. It's easy to get overwhelmed by conflicting opinions, especially from science-based lifters who often present highly detailed, research-driven approaches. While science is great, the truth is that the most effective workout plan is the one you actually do, and the one you actually stick to, and the one that actually works for you. Because there's a huge difference between theory and practice. I mean, you could learn the piano all day. You can learn the theory of it from a theoretical music teacher, but if you don't ever put your hands on it and actually learn how to play it, then you're not ever going to know how to play it. It doesn't matter how much theory you learn, because that's just bookish knowledge at the end of the day, and it's no use if you don't put it to practical use on the thing itself. Here are a few reasons why too much YouTube can be counterproductive. Number 1, overcomplication. You might end up designing overly complex routines that are hard to stick to. Number 2, confusion. Constantly switching methods based on the latest video can prevent you from finding what works for you. Number 3, inaction. Time spent watching is time not spent lifting. You should be spending more time at the gym and less time on social media looking at whatever the next trending workout is or whatever the next new science-based approach is, according to all the gym nerds. In short, you might be stuck on the treadmill of research while your gains are on a permanent pause. Here's how to break the cycle. Number 1, set a limit. Decide on a set amount of time for research each week, then get to work in the gym. Actually do the workouts. Number 2, stick to the basics. Follow a simple, proven program that emphasizes consistency over constant tweaking, so you're not switching your routine every few weeks or every few days even. Number 3, track your progress. Instead of chasing every new tip, focus on measurable progress. Journal your workouts and note improvements. You can do this with a Google Sheet as well. You don't need to do the journal, but writing things down always helps more because it's just something about writing something down on a piece of paper that makes you remember it better and stick to it better as well. Remember, progress in the gym comes from consistency and practice. No amount of watching can substitute for actually lifting. So if you're a beginner overwhelmed by all the gym advice out there, take a step back. Limit your video intake, choose a solid program, and trust the process. Your gains will come with time and effort, not from endless scrolling. You have to trust the process, and you have to put in the time and the effort. You have to stop watching all these YouTube videos to make your mind go insane. Watch maybe 1-2 videos a week. I'd say just stick to one good fitness influencers, or maybe even 2, that prioritize mostly practical lifting and more old school, rather than the new, science-based and do all this weird shit on this weird-ass machine, which is too modern and it's too complicated. It overcomplicates everything. You just do it with free weights, use a little bit of machines, but mostly prioritize free weights. Just do the basics. Bench press, bicep curl, shoulder press, squat, lateral raises, deadlifts, rows. Stick to that kind of stuff. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more straightforward gym advice for beginners, and drop a comment below sharing your experiences. And I'll see you in the next one.